Hello and welcome to Cipheros. Okay, after learning some Python concepts, beginner concepts actually, it is time to make our first project, or maybe one of the most important ones for beginners. And that's because we need to guarantee the acquisition of the knowledge. In this case, we will something that is called the chosen game or text adventure game, and we're gonna create a fantasy adventure text-based obviously. And the pattern that we will follow is different cases with two options that we will give us more options and more options and more cases, etc, 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 just like the tree diagram, okay, that is used on probability, also the cases on maths, okay, but this is actually applied also in programming. This is a good representation of the tree diagram. At this point, okay, this first point, and we will have two options. Whether we choose for the first one, we will go to another case, that is the case A. But if we pick for a alternative, we are gonna go into the B case, and so on with more cases. Okay, for example, because we have arrived to the A case, we will get two more options, and depending on our selection, we will go on to the C and D case. Same thing with the B point. Okay, we will get two more options, and depending on our selection, we will go onto the E and F case. I have made this table representing all the process that we're gonna do on this tutorial. Really, it isn't necessary to, I don't know, to expand it too much, but I guess that's important because we want to learn instead of following the tutorial, and copy pasting the script that I am showing you on this video. So I want that seriously you understand all of this. As you can see, first we'll ask to the user's name, okay, showing a request whether he or she is prepared to run the game. If the player writes their name, the question A will be displayed. If it is not, basically we will say, okay, return wherever you want, and again we will ask them to do it. Obviously we have the purpose that they have to play the game, and if it is none of both, okay, we will get the same thing, always assuming that they have to play. So again, before getting started, basically the first question will be displayed. We will have two options, and the answer 1 will display the question B, and this will bring us to options, the answer 3 and 4. If we pick for the 3, we will get the question D, and so on with the answer 7, 8, the question H, I, etc, etc, etc. Basically, it is simple to understand. Only the hardest thing is to write an adventure and something worthy maybe. Okay, but let's get started with all of it. I assume that you know how to create a new file, a new folder, etc. So we're gonna start right here, and we'll set new file to write our text-based game Python. So we'll write the name for the file. In this case, it will be chow, okay, .py, indicating that our file is written in Python. Okay, and let's get started. We don't have to say anything else. Our first thing would be the name, okay, that is the variable that we will not use it actually because I don't know, it is not so necessary, but it is decoration. Right, hello. Write your name, okay? Write your name. Always let in this space, okay, to make it more aesthetic. And the second thing will be yes or not, okay? Because we will ask to the player if they want to try the game, okay? Standing for yes or not, okay? Y-O-N equal, and we will set again an input, congratulations, the name, okay, of the player, the input, the variable that we got. Okay, on this case, the trick is to write just like here, and I will explain it all of this. The comma is set to make a blank space, okay, that's all. It will not be seen, but it will be indicated. The name is this variable, so if this variable is equal to Fabrizio, that word will be displayed because a name is equal to Fabrizio, that is equal to the input that we have set. With this exclamation mark, we'll have something like this, whether I've written that name plus this exclamation mark. There is this addition symbol. It means that this variable with this text will be together, but if there is the comma, this separation will appear. So continuing writing, we get are you ready? Making the separation to make the text more aesthetic, I don't know. Here, the player, okay, write just a yes or no, because and that is what we want, like is letting this space, and we'll add this attribute called dot lower parentheses. And what's gonna make this? Basically, anything that is written on the input will be turned on lowercase, and that's all. But we want this because we need to specify how will be the answer. Let me show you what I mean. I am sure that you know what is the if, leave, and else case, because this is so important in Python beginner courses, learning, etc. Okay, so we will use it all the game. That is basically how it works, and they are together with this statement. Okay, well, through. What does this mean? Basically, to make a loop between anything else after this and all the conditional statements and statements that we're gonna write along the tutorial. So just set it, then we start with all of this. We'll write if our variable, okay, yes or not, is equal to yes. Okay, we're gonna print something. Okay, for now we will not set it, but else if, that is shortened with a leaf, if yes or not is equal to no, another thing will be printed. And as the else case, that we don't have to establish if our variable is something, okay, it's basically if it's anything else, we'll also print another. Why these lines are unreachable? Because how are written the lines in Python is actually so important, and that's good. Okay, first we have to make an explanation of why we are setting here two equal signs instead of one. Basically, one equal sign means that, for example, variable name is this thing. Okay, so name is input hello, write your name. But for example, if we set yes or not two equal signs yes, we are saying that if yes or not is equal to yes, no, if yes or not is yes. Okay, this sounds similar, but there is a little bit more. But for now, we don't have to make it too complicated, okay, because we added this dot lower the variable, okay, to the input, which is the same that no matter what the user has written, okay, will be turned into lowercase, and that's because we can match what they wrote with our text. Okay, if yes or not is equal to yes, whether he or she wrote yes just like this, or yes just like this, or yes just like this, all will be turned into yes, and print will be displayed. The same thing with no and else. It is for any case. Okay, if is the principal statement, and if is more options, and else is whatever thing that is not related. So now we have only to write what is gonna go into the print. Okay, so let me k comma name here plus comma. Okay, this is related with a text. Let's get started. While the player chooses no, the print will be what I have said before. No, you can get back. That's not bad. Okay, that's not bad. For example, you can get back whenever you want. That's all. But if it is some anything else, okay, we'll write just yes or no. Do it again. Okay, I don't know why this lower does not work. Okay, because the color must change. So let me quit this thing, and to separate this. Also here, adding this plus. Okay, and that's all. This dot lower function has been changed on the violet color, purple color, doesn't matter. The thing is that Visual Studio Code, the advantages of Visual Studio Code instead of the notepad, okay, the boring notepad, we can know what is wrong with the colors. And we will try our simple game, with a few lines of code, okay, that is saying hello, write your name, Cipheros. Hello, I'm going to go to Cipheros. Congratulations, Cipheros. Are you ready to get started? Write just a yes or no. Okay, so I will write yes. I didn't write a yes. I have written yeah. Okay, but as you can see, this message is being displayed many times. Okay, it is not stopping, and that's because the while true. We will make it usable along this tutorial, but we are starting well. So let's put this on trash. I'm writing here yes. The message, okay, Fasa, let's get started, is because I have written the name as Fasa, okay, but it's also being loop. Why? Because of this while true. Getting advanced, we're gonna write, okay, the first question, no, that is question A, just like this, question A equal to input, and this could be a beginning for all the chart that we are going to follow. Okay, but before, what we want is to make the case in which the player writes no, okay, the message will be, that's not bad, you get back whatever you want, and the question again about yes or not will be displayed. So what we must do is to copy this again, okay, yes or not, paste it here, this is the same thing, okay, and to set continue. As you can see, the word is red, okay, because this is not something, okay, this is a statement that does something, and that is to ignore the code below to make a loop. And what's the loop? This thing, while true, yes or not, and we're gonna try it. So our name is gonna be A, okay, no, and that's not bad, you can get back whatever you want. Congratulations A, are you ready to get started again? That's not bad, and all of this is being looped for many times until we write yes. The same thing is here on the else case, okay, so we can write copy paste the variable, okay, yes or not, input, congratulations, are you ready to get started, yes or not, dot lower, and continue, and we will get the same thing. We can begin with the questions and the adventure and those stuff. I'll let you distribute your imagination to make it different and not just copy paste the code and the tutorial. Follow this tip and you will learn even more. And for me, I will focus on my story, on my maybe trashy story, but doesn't matter. Here the purpose is not to write something extraordinary, but just to make it connections and that tree diagram with options, etc. Let me explain you how is this working with the if, elif, and else statement. We'll get the question A. The first question saying something. The if case would be if question A is also something, okay, the answer, this will gonna give us the question B. And if the answer is the number 2, we'll get the question C. Going through different branches. The two main different branches are here, yellow and blue one. And whether it's not the answer 1 or 2, we'll set the question again until the third layer, okay, that is the question D, E, F, and G. After that, if we do not act, we will lose the game by something, okay, it depends on your story, but you get the point. So as you can understand, if is the left answer, while elif is the right answer. And until the third layer, if we choose none of both, we'll get again the question, but below that layer we will lose. So let's put in practice all of this. We will write the first question, okay, it depends on your adventure. And the first one is pretty hard actually, no? You are on the beach and God calls you to make you an offer. You accept him? Okay, I will write up the question mark with a separation and add in the lower, okay, the lower function. Below that question, we will write if question A is something, okay, another thing will be displayed. But on the elif case, question A is just another thing, something will be displayed below. But the else case, the variable, okay, just anything else that is not the if or elif case. Along with the question, it is obvious that we can just accept or not accept the call of God. Those would be the answer 1 and 2. If we accept the God's call, that could be the answer 1, saying yes, and the question B will be displayed, and the same thing with the answer 2 and the question C, okay, it is clear actually. So right in here we just have two options, okay, yes or not. This is just coincidence, by the way. When we write here again, just a yes or no. If question A is equal to yes, the question B will be displayed as I've said, as we understood the chart, okay, so input pew pew. But if it is no, the questions will be displayed. Now below the else case, we can say again the same thing, or that is not the options, write it again, and we will do it. We'll copy paste this print, okay, saying just yes or not, do it again, and the question A will be displayed. Here saying, okay, you are on the beach and God calls you to make an offer. Do you accept him? Just yes or not. To make a loop, we need this statement called continue. All the code below, and to get back to sprint. write just yes or no, do it again, question A, etc. And because this variable is connected to these statements, we will use them, no? If we write yes here, the question B will display saying something, but if we say no, the question C will be shown saying another int. And just we must follow the formula. This is so during all the game, all the program, all the interaction with the user, etc. We will write again another input part of the story, okay? And that is really the interesting thing, the story instead of the code. The question B will say, okay, whether we choose to talk with God, it will say, well done, he offers you to get dragon, otherwise dinosaur powers. Which powers do you accept? Okay, that's becoming interesting. Here writing again the dot lower function. Formula is repeated. If question B is really equal, okay, I don't know, dragon, all the answer will be in lowercase. Something else must be displayed. And if as the other case, question B is dinosaur, something else will be shown. But on the else case, it is like there is nothing related with both options. And again, we are still above to the third layer on the question B. We don't pick between the dragon and dinosaur powers, okay, that are the answer 3 and 4 respectively. We will get back to the question B. So just again, let's copy paste over here, no? On the else case, print, okay, a message, write just a dragon or dinosaur. Dinosaur. Do it again. And the question B is gonna be displayed. We paste here, we just delete this, write a continue statement. Continue. There, here we go. As you can see, the question B is underlined in a yellow color because it is. Okay, what is the message actually? Question B is not defined. Why? Because we have two equal signs instead of one. If we delete it, we get that, okay, question B is already defined. So this is a demonstration of the explanation about what's the difference between one or two equal signs. Same thing with this question C, by the way. Following our chart, get the question D, no? That's about dragon power. So just we must write it, no? Question D is input here, but if we pick for the dinosaur powers, we will get the question. We have chosen the dragon powers, so maybe we must write something related with it. We get this message, okay? You got dragon powers, and with new wings, you fly to the Esalia temple. What is it? I don't know. And you find Marduk with his best Musushu preparing themselves to destroy everything. Do you attack or ask them for something? We'll let this space, and because it is an input, not lower function. So we are getting new powers and proving them. And we arrive to the Esalia temple, okay, that's a worship temple for the Babylonian god called Marduk. That's the most important god for the Mesopotamian history. With his pet Musushu, that's a dragon. I will let you this image over here, preparing themselves to destroy everything. So maybe in this story, Marduk is the bad guy. As you see, do you attack or ask them for something are the new two options. So we can do one of both. By knowing this, okay, and rush it, attack them, or ask them what are they doing. And in the dinosaur case, okay, we have called us to offer us powers, and basically we pick it for the dinosaur. The question will be, I don't know, with the dinosaur power, your lizard brain gets activated and you attack to the people. Once you finish your zone, will you go to the sea or the city? And we must remember that we are on the beach. Okay, we have arrived to the third layer, and that's all. Basically, at this point, we can lose. Okay, so we must be aware of that. In reality, the options are actually simple, okay? We can attack them or ask them, but I want to make it a little bit more complex. That's because we'll make a set of possible answers for the number 7, 8, 9, and 10. And that's all. And I mean that for this question D and B will not have only dragon and dinosaur as options, okay? It will have more. And that's because we want to make like more options for player. And not to make the program too rigid. So we're gonna do that, and it is only possible with the not only possible but like the best option, okay, with the Python sets. A Python set is basically a collection of data unordered, okay? We don't have the information number 1, 2, no, it is in order and it is the information is like all together, and we cannot have two same elements. If I write something, I cannot write it again because it is not possible. But let us go for more action, okay? We'll write over here, okay, below the yes or not question. It doesn't matter actually, and it will not be displayed, okay, because it is just information. It is not shown compared to with print or input. We'll write here and 7 is curly brackets. And the same thing, have to copy paste this, and this for the answer 8, 9, and 10. By the way, each item is fine between question marks, and we just are separating them with a comma. So I don't know, I will write like 5 or 6. Okay, like different options, something similar to your checklist, but differently that it is not a list, because a list is order. Okay, we have the 1, okay, the element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but here no, does not have an index, it does not have an order, and just they are on that set, and that's all. But well, getting back to the question D, our answer 7 would be to ask them for something. Marduk and his dragon, okay, so we'll write ask them, okay, or ask him, because Musushu does not talk. Ask them for something, here the same thing, ask him for something, or just ask. Okay, these are the options. And once we pick for the answer 7 with those options, the question H will be shown. Same for something else, so write the conditional statements to display that question. If question D equal to answer 7, we don't write in between question marks because it is a variable, it is not text. Okay, take in mind that the text is inside of that variable. But for now, we just must let it as it is, and the question H is gonna be displayed saying something, and that is he answered you kindly while telling you that if you are capable of saying his father's name, he's gonna stop his destroying plans. This is obviously a little bit unrealistic, but it is just the plot of the adventure. Do you know who is he? With a separation and with a blank space and dot loud, or a list of this branch. Basically, this is and we have gone outside of the chart, but we must finish this, and this is the final question. Just let us make the last if, leaf, and that's a statement for this branch. If question H is equal to EA, in lowercase, all in lowercase, print, okay, no more input anymore, and this print is saying yes, it is. You have saved the city and became the friend of Marduk. However, if question H is equal, I don't know, Enki, it will establish our defeat. It's gonna say, no, that's his Sumeria version. Don't mix cult. He became enraged and killed you with all the world after. It is a little bit tricky. Obviously, on the else case, maybe there is nothing related with the god, so we'll write no, that's not his name at all, and he became enraged and killed you with all the world. Okay, it is really similar. So we're gonna test the game. Okay, so we are gonna test the game until the question H. Write your name. I will. Okay, my name is not Cipheros, but doesn't matter. Congratulations, Cipheros. Are you ready to get started? Write just yes or not. I will write just like this. Okay, yes. Okay, Cipheros, let's get started. You're on the beach and God calls you to make an offer. Do you accept him? Just yes or not? We must yes. Okay, well done. He offers you to get dragon, otherwise dragon powers. Which powers do you accept? I will write dragon just like this. Okay, and you got dragon powers, and with new wings fly to the Isalia temple, and you find Marduk with his pet Musushu preparing themselves to destroy everything. Do you attack or ask them for something? I will write just ask. I don't know why it didn't work. Okay, I have noticed that this looks terrible, so at this point here, okay, Cipheros, let's get started. I will let a blank space. Okay, this is not complicated. Just we have to do a void print, and we don't have to make a blank space. Just letting that here. I will just fix some things with a new wings. You fly to the Isalia temple and you find Marduk with his pet Musushu, and that's all. So with this, we have finished. I don't know how to say it, but basically a path of the chart. I mean, question A, question D, and question 8. Now we are gonna focus on the second option. We will open the question I. So let's see how it is. So this is the conditional statement for the if case, because we are going to the as we need to write actually a if and a statement instead of else if. That is the same thing as the other option, okay? And we're gonna set obviously the question I. That is something like this. We will write question I, okay, is input again, okay, this is the same pattern, and that's all that actually it says. Marduk parries your dragon claw. Both are at the middle of a silence front of him, okay, and you are in front of him. He's going to shoot you an aura wave from nearing those like Dragon Ball, okay, those key auras, something similar. Are you going to repeat another claw or try to parry it? Okay, that's basically the new case. For finish with another mini branch, okay, another path, we have to write the if, a leaf, an else case, and that's all. So we're gonna write if question I is exactly something will be printed. Elif is if question I is another thing, and then else obviously for anything else. Okay, so the options that we have, they are to repeat another claw or just to parry the aura attack. Question I is equal to repeat, okay? Just repeat a claw, something will be printed, okay? For the other case, to parry attack, finishing with the else case, that it will follow the same pattern that most of the cases in which are the else conditional. Okay, you didn't act properly, or you didn't react at the time, or you didn't decide for something, and we will finish losing. I will just simplify these things, okay, repeat and parry. Obviously the context is different for anyone, okay, but because we are doing a tutorial, we have to actually write, so we will just write repeat or parry, okay. On the first case, if we repeat another dragon claw, we will get this message. It's flash. Marduk got back and you could give flurry of blows until he couldn't stand. You finish off him and Musushu with a powerful dragon break. And that's all. That's how we have defeated Marduk, okay, on the battle. But if we parry, we will get this message that is said. You parried, but immediately Marduk overwhelmed you with a solar punch. Okay, we have to remind that Marduk is the god of sun. It is actually the supreme god of Babylonia, but okay, we are gonna emphasizing that he's also like the god of agriculture, the god of the sun, the god of the kingdom, of the kings, of the rulers, etc. You fell off because he was more powerful than you. That's practically all the story, okay? Just we have leveraged the do and dragon claw. And as I said before, okay, if we didn't pick for both of the options, it means that on the story, okay, we didn't act quickly, like to be stopped, okay, we didn't select to repeat the dragon claw or parry the attack. We will get this message. You didn't react. You received the powers aura and got back down, debilitated, and he finished off you with a solar punch. It is in the case in which we didn't do anything. And why this leaf is underlined? Because we didn't say else case. Okay, a leaf is optional on the conditional statements, but if and else must go, okay? So just like this, I will go over here and I will set the else option is something like this. We're gonna print something, okay? We are losing the game instead of having a new question or a new case in general. We have this, okay? We're gonna set this properly, okay? And we get the message. If we don't pick for attacking Marduk or asking something, basically what we are gonna do is nothing, okay? As most of the cases, like, I repeated it too much, but I want that you understand it. You didn't decide properly and Marduk saw you behind the door. He attacked and killed you instantly and went to destroy the world, obviously enraged. Why this print? We have finished, okay? So I guess that I will do the same thing that to indicate that, because for making it more aesthetic and the lines, you are gonna understand it while playing the game on the future. Also finish another part of the game, okay, of the chart. So we get the question A, the question B, the question D, H, and I. Now the question E is about that we've chosen the dinosaur powers, okay, and became very mad and attacked the beach, and now our answer 9 and 10 are gonna be displayed because we don't know if going to the sea or to attack the city. Getting back to the code, we have your lizard brain gets activated as I have said, and I forgotten this function, okay, the dot lower function. Guys, this is the new chart and we must follow it, okay. The question E is basically the answer. So the next question will be the J1. We can actually get back to the code again and to set if question E is equal to ta ta ta, the question J will be displayed saying something, okay, input ta ta ta. If question E is equal to ta ta ta, we're gonna get another input, okay, but question K. Because we find us on the third layer, okay, below the third layer, we can lose. Basically, it will be something similar, no? I guess just we didn't react and something external happened to us because our indecision, maybe. The answers are pretty simple for the question E. To set this answer and answer A, for now, there will be on the question J and K as the last options. Okay, so we're gonna write a C, okay, because this is an option and the other will be city. Whether we pick for the option of about going to the sea, the question J will be an input saying to us, you go to the shore, a pair of sea dinosaurs catch you. You almost creep to the sea floor. Do you bite one of them or react with a tail attack? These are the two options that drive us to the final part, but for now we have to focus on the city case. For the remaining conditional statements, then the question K will tell us, okay, with an input, you do it and a hero called Icarus appeared in front of you flying with his wings. Do you attack him or just ignore him to continue with your extermination? Obviously we are continuing, okay, being mad, wanting to attack all the city, okay, but a hero called Icarus appeared and practically telling us that we are the villain. And on this case, because we didn't choose for something, it will be a print, okay, that is being displayed saying to us that's not an option. You didn't move and God noticed what you've done. He quits those powers and eradicates your soul. A dramatic final, by the way, but that is the punishment for destroying all the beach with our new powers. Even though these were given by God, we couldn't stay calm and it's just an end. We set avoid print because okay, the game is gonna finish here and all the process will be repeated again, but for making more aesthetic, all the new game will be displayed after avoid line. By the way, don't forget that this dot lower for the question J and K. We must be attentive seriously on stuff because of some errors. Repeating this process, we're gonna focus first on the Icarus case. It is easier, I guess. We're gonna make a new line, and if question K is equal to something, if for now something, and if question K also equal to something, and else, okay, we don't have to specify because an else depends on the if statement. Just we repeat the same process here. If question J, if J, else, and that's all. So this is the answer 9, and then if it's gonna be the set of answer 10. Otherwise, answer 11 and answer 12 for the question K. Okay, there is a mistake here. Okay? Actually, the question E must have the answer 9 and answer 10. Don't worry. We must write the answer 9 and 10. Okay, related obviously with the question. And actually, I forgotten the answer 8. Okay, it's about going to attack Marduk. I will write attack them, something similar, not to attack Marduk, all in lowercase. Don't forget it. Attack them, attack him, attack Marduk's dragon, God, Marduk, and Sushu. Okay, while the answer 9 is about going to the sea, the 10 is going to the city. Something similar, going to the ocean. While the answer 10 is go to the city, going to the city, just city, go to city, okay, something similar, not properly written, okay, but understandable, or just attack the city, or walking to the city, maybe, or towards, no? Having all of this, we can write, okay? You go to the shore and pay off the sea dinosaurs, catch you, you are almost going to see a floor, do you buy one of them or react with a tail attack? This is the tutorial, so just we must understand what we want to write, okay? Because this is our code, we're just set by one, okay? While the other option is tail attack. Message will be displayed, okay? Basically a print to beat one of them, but while doing it, the other hit you, carrying you even deeper. You died. Okay, and that's obviously I will set print over here like a void print because I don't know, for making the lines more aesthetic. But if we pick for the tail attack, another print will be displayed saying, you did it, damaging both enemies. You get outside of the water, recovering your mind control by the event. I'm going to the answer 10, okay, remember that our choice about going to the city. A hero called Icarus appeared in front of us. Okay, our options are, do you attack him or just ignore him to continue your extermination? That lower, obviously that lower. We'll write, okay, if this is one case, attack him, just attack him or ignore him. Ignore him. These are the final parts of the branch, okay, so we're gonna put here two prints, one is gonna be void, again repeating the same pattern. If we attack him, something will be displayed saying a tail attack, but he parried and you received a strong hit on the head. You recover the consciousness and make him your friend. But if we ignore him, we're gonna be defeated, okay? This is the message. You ignore him, but he attacked you from behind. You fell down dog and he finished off with your life with a feather dance. And what is a feather dance? Okay, this is not so important, but just I want to emphasize what is it. Okay, it's basically taken from this game, okay? A lot of feathers. Continuing, we must finish with the else case. It is not actually complicated. Something just related with the fact that we are not attacking. You didn't act. He uses feather dance and both fouled. He won because of his flying advantages and intelligence. We set another void print. We're gonna try this game, okay, because we have finished actually all the yellow part. Just think that from this we advance into more branches, okay, to the chart, and we are half of the way. But at this point, I am sure that you learn actually how it works. Okay, it is a statement, okay, with two or more options declared by the statement, and we're gonna have two options. It will be an if, a leaf, and else case. If this last one is none of both. If I have three options, okay, the conditionals will be if, and else. The leaf depends obviously if we have three, at least three, and we can add as much leaves as we want. For each if, leaf, and else, we can add another print to set even more statements, and after that the same formula will be repeated again. Those statements will have two or more options, and depending on what. At this point, we learn actually how all of this works. We don't have to emphasize more. But if you want to carry this knowledge even more, you can go for the second part. I will not explain it so much, I will do it faster, okay? Because the first part is like understanding the concept first, but the second part is just applying, and I will not say nothing. And I will say nothing, okay, rather than just commenting maybe what I am writing. It is not necessary to explain more. The concept is very simple. So if you are really ambitious like the Cipheros community over here, if it's your server, we're gonna do it. I don't have more excuses to not start off. Getting back to the Visual Studio Code, we can see 87 lines of code. And for starting with the second part, we must this part, okay, over here. Basically, we didn't answer him when he called us. So let's start with this. I'm not explaining too much. Maybe I'm gonna speedrun this, but does not matter, okay? You reject him, as consequence, God sends you to the hell. It is time to escape. Are you gonna go to left or right? Just write the direction, okay? This is for specifying. Set obviously additionals. Question C is equal to Q. And here a leaf, as the input says, we must only write left or right. And following the chart, we have to follow the question F. Following the chart, we just must. Following the chart, the question F and G must be written. Question C is equal to question G. It's gonna be another impure. Gonna write again just like this. Is question F is something. Leaf is and the same thing over here because it does not need to have a specific rule, and I'm gonna write it something. So if we pick for the left direction, we're gonna get this input. Okay, obviously we're gonna set this the lower. You find many diamonds marching slowly to somewhere. Do you join them or ask them what is happening? The lower, obviously, what are the diamonds? The diamonds are basically minions of the Greek underworld. This is the stereotypical image, okay, because there is nothing specific for the Greek mythology, as you can understand it. Maybe set that image of the minions, okay, of Clash Royale. If we pick for the right option, this input is gonna be shown. You find many infernal Caledonian boars attacking. Do you confront them or run across the bridge? And obviously this is the same thing. What are the Caledonian boars? This is more specific, just the diamonds, but I don't know so much about it. It is like fantasy boards, okay? And about the bridge, okay, it is a lava bridge. We are gonna focus it on the question F. It is time for putting the new variables. Okay, like the answer, I don't know what answer it would be. Answer 11, 12, okay, and then 13 and 14 for the question G. I will set this the space. We set quotation marks and just put them inside of the sets just for understanding it. Left side of the chart. Pasting here, right side. Here the question obviously asks us for do you join them or ask them what is happening. So the options are gonna be similar. But I like to finish here with the else case because it is easier. I don't have to do anything else than just setting this. Print. You didn't decide something, and because you look different than those, you are noticed and killed. And that's all. And this boyfriend is gonna be printed, obviously. By the way, I forgot this part of the game in which we go to the sea and two marine dinosaurs attack us. And this is another print. Message is this: you didn't react at time. Those sea dinosaurs choked you. And join two diamonds. While the 12 is gonna be ask or just ask 2 diamonds. And focusing on the answer 13, we confront the Caledonian boards or just go into the lava bridge and take that risk. The answer 13 is about confront them, okay? Obviously the Caledonian boards. On boards or confront them. While the answer 14, okay, it is easy, no? It is easy, no? Run. They just run. Or run to the bridge. And we're gonna set here this else. We don't pick for both options, whether to confront the Caledonian boars or just to run across the bridge. And this is actually the shortest message of all the game. And you did nothing and they killed you. And that's all. For the leaf of question F, it's gonna be answer 12, and here's the same thing. 13 and 14 for the question G, if, and the leaf case respectively. Looking here, the answer 11 drives us to the question L, while the 12 driving us to the M one. Here is gonna be the same thing. Question L, okay, this is not one by the way. Question M, input. Question N, input. Question O is also the input. I'm gonna accelerate. The input for the question L is saying something like this. After walking a lot, they meet again with Lucemon. Now he's most powerful being who defeated anyone, obviously on the past. If you confront him, you can surely help. You attack or stay there. Not lower. And the question M is saying you look different. They reported you with Lucemon. He says if you know what type of angel was him, he will give you freedom. Do you know which is it? Oh, we have a new challenge by the way. Something similar to the Marduk's case. Okay, basically we are at this point of the chart. We are almost finishing, and I don't know, just we must write the answer 13 and 14 to unlock the question N and O to confront Lucemon or not, and the N one is about Okay, what type of angel is Lucemon? We are gonna write the question N and O, okay, the input just for finishing and also unlock the final conditional. Whether we confront them, this input is gonna be displayed. You got tired because of their huge quantity. You run and get two ideas. Whether to choose a pile of bones to throw them or pick one for riding and get for the bridge. Okay, there is some grammar error, sorry. Pick a board. But we will write for the last conditionals of this part. We create an space, okay, for the last part, and if we go for the answer 14, the input on the question O is gonna be something like this. You do it, but you see lava fishes jumping out of the liquid. You see the boards still fall. Do you continue or stop? Because obviously lava fishes are like dangerous maybe. We're gonna focus on this part, the question N, and we write the conditionals because there is easy to do it. Else, if, and leave. Okay. Question M is equal to option 1, okay? Something is gonna be displayed as print. And because it's a final part, we're gonna set another void print. And if we put for the second option, okay, this print is gonna be displayed with a void one, obvious. By the way, we set another .low function.
Hey, that's a good idea.
So getting back to the context, choose for picking some bones to attack to the boards, this message is gonna be displayed. You do it, but it's not so efficient. All of those are used and you cannot defend yourself more. While if we pick for the number 2, which is about to pick a board for riding it, this message will be printed. You got what and don't mind it. Riding, you get out of the hell victoriously. God lets it as it is. And on the other case, it will be something similar to the other case. You didn't do something to change the situation. All the boards surrounded you and killed you. And obviously the void brain. And we're finishing on the last part, okay, on the question O. It's about if question O is equal, completely equal to continue, as the input says, and a print will be displayed. And leave question O is about the stopping, okay, stop, actually. Another print will be displayed, okay, and it's void because it's the final part of this chart. We write continue, a print will say to us, you continue running and die because a fish pushed you. You're swallowed by the lava. That's a terrible final, by the way. But if we stop, a message is also gonna be displayed saying you stop and wait for the fishes until you can cross the bridge. You escape it of hell and go back to the beach. God lets everything as it is again, but obviously it's for another timeline, no? Here we set the lower dot function, and we are maybe annoying, okay, but it is the same thing. On the else case, you were indecisive and you did none of both. You died by the boards, which could get near to you, obviously to you. Dot. So almost finishing, just we must write two conditional sets more for the question L and M, and that's all, guys. So if question L is equal to something, a print is gonna be displayed. Well, two prints, okay? One is void. L if question L is something else, another two prints are gonna be displayed. One of them is void, and in the else case, other two prints will be displayed. Repeating this same pattern, we get it, okay, and just we must write what is accordingly to the story. If you confront him, you can surely get out of hell. Do you attack or stare dead? So if question L is equal to attack, just attack. So if we pick for attack, the print will say you and your soul are destroyed brutally. He's too powerful. Obviously, Lucemon is one of the most. It's basically a Digimon, okay, but Lucifer is one of the most powerful angels. So we cannot do anything as humans. But if question L is equal to stay there, the print will say he noticed you because of your appearance and feeling you rusty. And on the other case, it's a little bit longer, but you didn't decide between the two options and getting mad. You acted improperly. Because of your loudness, Lucemon destroys you. And that's all, okay? Finally, on the question M, because you look different, they reported you with Lucemon. He says if you know what type of angel was him, he will give you freedom. Do you know which he see it? and dot lower. Okay, it's time to mythology class maybe, okay. Really no. There are many type of angels, okay, depending on their hierarchy, and they have harder functionality depending on their level. The medium level and the lowest level. On the lowest level, there are the normal angels, okay, that are like messengers that are nearest to humans and basically say anything that God wants to communicate if it is not by himself. And there is also the archangels. The difference between the angel and archangel is that an angel by themselves take care of one person, okay, while the archangels take care of a population or a community. We have also four more types. We have the principalities, and we go to the second level, okay, that are made by dominions, powers, and virtues. But on the highest rank, there are the seraphim, cherubim, and thrones, okay, and these are the most important. And Cipher is basically a cherub, and that's what we're gonna do. So there are actually many options about what type of angel he is. Obviously, the right answer is cherub. Something like you are right and you win will be displayed. While the answer on the question L is gonna be a set again. Okay, it will be something like this. It's a set, and if we write one of these, another message will be displayed saying that they are the wrong option. And in this case, will display something like this is not the answer at all, or even something near to the answer. So if we pick for cherub, okay, we'll write for cherub, the print is gonna say, yes, you are right. You get free and go back to the beach. God lets everything as it is. While thinking of the many other options we have, okay, Seraph, Fan, Archangel, Dominion, Power, Principality, this print will say, no, these are other types of the hierarchy. God enrage and destroy your soul. And in the other case, okay, it's basically different. And that's all. There you have it, guys. We finished, okay, all the progress we get. All the chart complete, and seriously that we get it, okay? It's not so complicated as you see. This beginner project is so interesting to prove our abilities and to see if we understand what we are writing. Feel proud of yourself. And yes, it's time to run our game and try the many options that the player has. So this is our code. It's about 151 lines. It's time to run the game. If you want to see it, okay, that these are 151 lines. We get it. We have one problem, by the way. Expected intended block. Okay, I get it. This is the last problem that we must solve. Like question C is left. Okay, we must finish this, and that's all. Else, print question C. Just left or right. Do it again, and the question C is gonna display. Dot lower, and that's all. Okay, it's time to the gameplay. So write your name. Okay, my name is gonna be on this case Fabri. Congratulations, Fabri. Are you ready to get started? Write just yes or no. I will write yes. Okay, Fabri, let's get started. You are on the beach, and God calls you to make you an offer. Do you accept him? I will say no. Okay, you reject. As consequence, God sells you to the hell. It's time to escape. Are you gonna go to left or right? Just write the direction. Okay, left. That's all. You find many diamonds marching slowly to somewhere. Do you join them or ask them what's happening? I will say ask them. This was not the option, but here there is something better. Close the window, the window of Visual Studio Code, and then open it again. Okay, are you ready to get started? Yes, no, left. I will just set ask them. I don't know why you didn't say something. Yes, Fabri. Yes, no, left, ask, Evan, Joy, so let's run our game. So let's run our game. Okay, it's time to the gameplay. By the way, we get this terminal. It's time. Okay, my name is Fabri. Are you ready to get started? Yes, no. Reject him as consequence. God sends you hell. It's time to escape. Are you gonna go to left or right? Just write the direction, and I will go to the right. You find many infernal Caledonian boars attacking. Do you confront them or run across the bridge? I will write run. You did nothing and they kill you. I don't know why. We don't have to write, for example, if question F is equal to answer 11, okay, and we have the answer 11, it's equal to a set. No, what we must do is if question D is in answer 7, this is how it works in all the cases. So I have to rewrite all the code. Well, it is not complicated but a little bit tedious. And yes, you can continue to the tutorial. Okay, hello, write your name, Fabri. Okay, hello Fabri, congratulations. Are you ready to get started? Write yes or no. Yes, okay. Okay, Fabri, let's get started. You are on the beach and God calls you to make you an offer. Do you accept him? Yes or no? I will write no. As consequence, God send you to the hell. It's time to escape. Are you gonna go to left or right? Just write that direction. Left. For now, left. You find many diamonds marching slowly to somewhere. Do you join them or ask them what's happening? Join. After walking alone, they meet again with Lucemon. You know he's the most powerful being who defeats anyone. If you confront him, you can surely get out of the hell. You attack or stay there. Attack, I will write. You and your soul are destroyed brutally. He's too powerful. And that's all. But it doesn't matter, okay? Let's go for the second attempt. Okay, Fabi, let's get started. You are on the beach and God calls you to make an offer. You accept him, yes or not? I will write yes. Well done. He offers you to get dragon over the works dinosaur powers. Which powers do you accept? I like more dragons than dinosaurs. You got dragon powers. With the new wings, you fly to the Azalea temple and you find Marduk with his pet Musushu preparing themselves to destroy everything. Do you attack or ask them for something? Ask them, maybe. He answers you kindly while telling you if you are capable of saying his father's name, he's gonna stop his destroying plans. Do you know who is he? Obviously, Ia. Yes, it is. Just have saved the city and became the friend of Marduk. And well, because we don't have the boyprint on this part, it's the okay. Let's get started. It's not being displayed on another line. I don't want to fix it, okay, but we will do it after making this last happen. You are on the beach and God calls you to make you an offer. Do you accept him? Yes or not? Again, I will write no. Okay, you reject him. As consequence, God sends you to the hell. It's time to escape. Are you gonna go to left or right? And I will say ask because you look different. They reported you with Lucemon. That if you know what type of angel was him, he will give you freedom. We know what is it actually because of the explanation, but we'll write just, for example, Seraph. It's not Seraph, it's a cherub. It is the answer although he got enraged and destroyed your soul. By the way, it's not Seraph, Fan, Archangel, Dominion, Virtue Power, Principality. Basically, the friend had to be known. These are the other types of angels of the hierarchy. He got enraged and destroyed your soul, but this print was displayed. For finishing, we're gonna set these void prints, but you get the point. We get here, we print this, and that's all. Okay, I hope that this tutorial was useful. It is actually because for Python beginners, but tell me if you want more just like this. Just one of the many tutorials that Cipheros has prepared for you, because there are many things to learn about coding, web development, and programming. Okay, even going deeper on the content creation for the digital world. It's just crazy. Goodbye.